Yeah, I do think the idea of discipline has been neglected by modern Christians, and I think it comes out, in one sense, in a very healthy emphasis on grace. By grace, we're saved through faith, and that not of ourselves is a gift of God, not of works, lest anyone should boast. And as I think I said a little earlier, we hear works kind of transmuted over to discipline, that discipline is a type of works. But that's not what we're really talking about with discipline, because the discipline comes from a total desire to please God. In fact, you find this very interesting. It flows out of grace. In fact, working for God, perspiration and sweating flows out of grace. And I want you to hear the Apostle Paul, the apostle of grace. In fact, I want you to hear grace 3 times in what he says here, but how he mixes it up with his labor. And this is found in 1 Corinthians 15:10, the great chapter where he starts out defining what the gospel is. He talks about the resurrection. But in the middle of that, in 1 Corinthians 15:10, he says, "But by the grace of God, I am what I am." We all hear that. "And his grace toward me was not in vain. On the contrary, I worked harder than any of them, though it was not I, but the grace of God that was within me." So Paul is saying that grace produced sweat. Grace produced his labors for the gospel. Grace produced his discipline. So I think we have to understand that they are very compatible. In fact, if you really have experienced the grace of God and you are in fellowship with him, your heart will desire to discipline itself for the purpose of godliness, to become like the Lord Jesus Christ for the sake of the gospel.